So let me start with the prayers. Anandamai and Narivai, Marinda Amudavamai, Vanandamana Vadivudayal, Marinanginikum Kanandamana Sarnaravindam, Kavalandara Kanandamam, Adarangam, Umbiran Mudi Kandiyade. So we are human beings. So our existence goes back to millions of years. But this universe exists for billions of years. So one mathematician, Stephen Hawking, actually is a relativist and theoretical physicist as well. He found the explanation for the origin of the universe. That is called the theory of Big Bang. So in the theory of Big Bang, we all know now the universe is 4 billion years old. So human beings are so many million years old. We are evolving. So from nothing, or maybe something, with a gigantic explosion, the whole universe originated. Similarly, the universities originated 1,000 years ago. So Plato and Polygama, some theologies originated university. So big universities like Oxford, Cambridge, 900 years old. Our Sri Lanka has a history of more than 2,000 years. So older than any history in this civilization, modern civilization. Our ancient kings built tanks and monuments and so many things for the betterment of the people. And big temples, shrines, and everything. So when you come to the knowledge shrine, so we have the universities. So universities are the knowledge center. So our university is about 50 years old. So it's originated in 1974. Our maths department also originated in 1974. So it's about 47 years old. So during this time, we have produced graduates of many thousand. So something you want to hear, that all these graduates are doing well in their life all over the world. That is a proven fact. So wherever you go, we meet the University of Jaffna maths graduate. From top place like a SAS, software companies, or places like Oxford, or places like MIT, or places like Melbourne, all over the place, you can see them in all over the Sri Lanka also. So during the 47 years, we have been out of the mainstream of activities for 30 years due to the situation, unsettled situation prevailing in Jaffna and northern region. So since 2011, all the students are blessed that the whole community is represented in the maths department. So Muslims, Tamils, and Sinhalese are well represented. And the present we have staff also coming up from all communities. So language is not a problem, and it's a place of multicultural, mixing and thriving, sharing, and growing. So ladies and gentlemen, we belong to the Faculty of Science. Even the orientation I spoke to you. So the Faculty of Science, you have main two divisions, physical science and biological science. Both physical science is to do with the material universe. Biological science deal with the life sciences. So it talks about life, it's not material. Life is anti-material. Sometimes people call it spiritual. So life is cannot be explained material formulation yet. So people are trying to do that. So when you come to the physical science or science, what is science? I told already to you. Science is an organized form of knowledge. It's evidence-based. So it's an organized form of knowledge. So how do you organize the knowledge? In a computer programming, you can store things, you can organize things, but you need a language. So mathematics is a language of science. So without mathematics, you cannot do anything in the science. Without now the digitized world, everything go with the numbers. So number theory is the queen of the mathematics. So actually, the Pythagoras, Plato, and all these ancient Greeks mathematicians, as well as this Arabic numbers belongs to the numbers we are using belongs to Arabic world. So this Arabic culture and Indian culture, Chinese culture, all contributed in the ancient times to the development of number theory. The number theory is not saturated yet. All technologies and engineering saturated. There's no more planes you can develop that fly faster than the existing fastest plane. Similarly, no more electricity and magnetism development anymore. So it's actually they are doing hybrid things now. They want to bring mixing things and find. So most of the technology is saturated. But once you come to mathematics, it never gets saturated. There are open problems in mathematics yet to be solved. There are many thousand years of open problems are there. Even number theory, recently a problem was solved called Fermat Theorem. You can easily understand that. That is the Pythagorean numbers like 3 squared, 5 squared, 4 squared plus 5 is equal to 5 squared, or 6 squared plus 8 squared is 10 squared, or 5 squared plus 12 squared is 13 squared. But Fermat said, for the square business, you can find these triads. But cubic, you cannot do. He said they cannot be find, you cannot find some n, m, l, such that n cubed plus m cubed is equal to l cubed. He said you cannot find even a single pair like this. And he said you cannot do even for, 4th degree, 5th degree. Only you can do for 2. So 1. So that problem was exist. The one goldsmith, the French king, said this problem. So people said $1 million tax was there. Somebody to solve it, to prove this and get the money. So recently, as Oxonian man, Andrew Nails got that money, solved that problem. So mathematical problems are open forever. So those who go into the mathematics, they stay on this world forever. Not one birth is not enough. So mathematics is the queen of science in the sense it's a language. So once you know, as a human beings, we have a physical existence. We have this body. In the body, you have a blood flowing. So you are the new blood, the blood flowing into the body. That is a fluid dynamics. Then the biomechanical system. All are mechanical system. So we teach mechanics. Newton mechanics you learn in second, in the combined mathematics. So if you come to universe, why is mathematics important? We not only develop this mathematics as a music, composing, the formulas and the structures and the notions and the language vocabularies. We develop another mathematics that's called applied mathematics. So applied mathematics is a utility of the pure mathematics. So once you come in the nature, you see very simple thing like a light. You learn a lot of things about light. Light actually travel in a straight line. Once it change the medium, then it's refract. It change the path. So one straight line incident beam go to another refracted beam. So when you go to refraction, then the law governing the light is not by us. The law governing the light says the refraction path is determined by sin A over sin R. So the trigonometry coming in, sin A over sin R. It's not we set. We found in nature. We found in nature. So the sin I, sin R are coming. The planets are moving around in this universe, infinitely many planets. In our galaxy, there are infinitely many. Our sun system, as a star, it has 9 planets. They say there are more. They are all orbiting in ellipse. So what is ellipse? Is an object of mathematics. So this object of mathematics is found in the nature. So electron goes around the nucleus, is in the ellipse. So the planets not only going ellipse, so there are other comets and all are going in the hyperbolas, parabolas. So we teach us things called geometrical conic section. If you cut the conics, you get different shapes. These are called pure mathematical objects. Without that object, you cannot have space engineering or space science or NASA or this kind of thing, the fancy thing, never going to work. Similarly, in the ancient Sinhalese and Tamil tradition, we have this almanac, the Panjanga. So the almanac, in the almanac, these are all there. How many planets are there? What is their position? When they are changing the course and when the eclipse going to happen. So the scientific almanac and the ancient almanac developed by these gurus match, and both are in operation now. So they talk about stars, 27 stars, the moon passage. Even the Muslims, they conduct all the ceremonies with the moon position. So moon position is not coming from MIT or Cambridge laboratories. They calculate when the moon coming. So moon play a big role in the Islamic culture. Then the sun play and all the planets play a big role in the Tamil and Sinhalese culture. Even our Rajapakshas and all are going to astrologers for their inauguration ceremonies. I don't know why do they go. So this is a big thing. So we are people, as a scientist, we want to have evidence-based. So we have to develop theories. So we have to develop not only theories, we have to prove all these things. So that's what we teach planetary motion in the classical mechanics. So you will see very interesting things going to happen in your life because you are at the age of 18, 19, that means it's the most creative part. This world is actually belong to young people, not for old people like me. Even I am just finding difficult to climb to the second floor. So that means we are old. So we are just managing. We may have money, may have fame, we may have other things. We have children, we have family, but we cannot, we depend on other people. So dependence, poet Tulariza says, independence, there is no happiness. So we worried about so many things. And even not in a dream, but young people, you are free. So free time, the period of brahmacharyam is a period of learning. So you are in the learning arena, you are in a university. The university, you will have a self-learning. Despite corona, so now we found a way to communicate to you and impart lectures. So the knowledge process, very important thing in the knowledge center, hearing from the master. So our teachers are called lecturers, not like any other place. So even the other discipline, even the religious discipline, they call gurus. So here they are called lecturers. Okay, in Sinhala you say guru. So hearing from them you learn. That's what you have these years. It's never get close. Even when we leave our body, the ear, for a dead man, the ear never get close. It's the only part in the body never get close. So the hearing from the learner, you become learner. So our lecturers are learners, and they have spent a lot of time cultivating knowledge, not only degree, then postgraduate degrees, and they have been encouraged to do research and research allowance, and so many things are there. So to engage them to research, and we make them one of the quality maintained. So now there are universities teaching mathematics. They were not sure of maintaining the high standard in mathematics. The only department, our department, maintained pure mathematics, applied mathematics, statistics, pure form, in a very sort of dignified form, well maintained form. Others are diluting. They say operational research and statistics, applied statistics, they call it, and they call it some sort of, mathematics also diluted with statistics. And we maintain these three subjects as an independent discipline, and the subject themselves initially originated from one discipline, but they bifurcated and mutually they are now reciprocating each other development. Once statistics gain a lot of things from pure mathematics, now the applied mathematics gaining a lot of things from statistics. because today the world is with the big data world. Analytic world, computer science gone, everything gone. Now there's an analytic world. Analytic world in the sense they talk about big data, data mining and big data, because Facebook, this all other this Facebook and social media and WhatsApp and all this global giant now creating a lot of data for us to find our way out. So big data processing is become a business. So that's why the statistics play a big role. So statistics now become very important in the globalized world. So we have a very solid department and we maintain all three subjects. Although sometimes people think it can be separated, but if you think the probability theory is a part of mathematics, not part of statistics yet, even American scientific classification. That is a part of mathematics, because combinatorics and permutations and chances in the sample space. So these kind of things are going on. So children, so this, our department, very seasoned department. I myself was a student of this department in 79 to 83. So now I am a sort of international recognition in some sense. So my works are cited in so many places, still getting cited. So that means we are going to the Everest. Maybe not stayed there, because we returned back and we are doing other things. But we claim the Everest. But we originated our humble life from this department. So we are grateful to this department, and we are also committed to maintain good standard. And whoever comes to us for learning, we embrace them very nicely. And we have the tradition of maintaining very quality teaching and learning process. And this learning and process, we maintain good laboratories. And now we have blended teaching also. We are experienced, because last year onwards, we are hesitant to move into this blended teaching, because we thought only the chalk and board is the best way to teach. Still, that is true, but we have moved to it. So that demands a lot of cooperation from you, because while you are in the campus, you may get motivated because other friends will wake you up, and Machan, you wake Machan, there's a lecture and all this. If you are a little down, they help you. But when you are in home, when you are out of the mood, nobody there. So you lose out a lot of things. So in this Corona situation, you should be very aware of yourself and be self-motivated. We can only open the Zoom and quickly get into the things. We can't see your face because seeing the master is very important. So all the learning process start from hearing, then knowing. Knowing, actually you need a library, but now library cannot be used. The digital library is going to come. So the LMS support will be given to support the nodes. So there are a lot of challenges in the new modern, and the examination process is also a bit of hectic now, because when you come 2 weeks on quarantine, is going to cause a lot of problem. And then, there's so much of washing hands and mask and all bloody things. I don't really like these things, but this is going to create a lot of problems. But you need to be patient till this pandemic is over. It may last for another 1 year or two. As a Vice Chancellor, not only the Professor of Mathematics, as a Vice Chancellor, we are prepared to work hard and dedicate our time and energy, and young people in the Maths department also very much committed, despite the challenges they face from COVID. So we maintain a good standard, and we really welcome you to this department. I'm also very pleased to see you very soon. And in the meantime, I really, Anandamaya Ariva, I said, only knowledge brings happiness, because everywhere, Ananda is a word for Sinhalese and Tamil's common word, Ananda. So that's what eventually we want. Whether we are BSc or PhD or MSc or whatever, we all want to be happy. So your parents are happy in bringing you this level, and they feel very relief. They are handing over to you, to us. So in that juncture, they are happy, because you are coming to a very good center in mathematics and statistics. So ladies and gentlemen, So the knowledge is a way to the modern world. The 21st century is a knowledge-based century. No more kind of other, labor and industrial and other things. It's a knowledge-based. It's a multi-disciplinary world now. So in that world, we are prepared to take you, and we welcome you. So Amudamai, Anandamai, Ariva Amudamai. No one want to die early. So even no one want to die early. That's why we are all wearing masks. So, and we have our life, long life. So the Sri Lanka is one of the most beautiful country, well developed, and Jaffna is the top of Sri Lanka and well known for education. It's the oldest educational place in this country. No one can deny this. Even the secondary education, tertiary education, we were the top. And our peninsula is not blessed with ponds and mountains and so many, the water and everything. So, free water. So we draw water from our wells. When you come to Jaffna, you see wells. Every home has a well. Why this Jaffna man dig the well? To draw the water. For what? To quench the thirst. So thirst for knowledge is there with the man. So Jaffna man developed. Are we still? Okay, don't worry. So Jaffna man developed these schools and educational centers and the university to quench the thirst of the knowledge. Thirst of knowledge is innate. So that's is fundamental. So it's a lifelong. To advance level, you had a kind of secondary learning because the competitive setup for the university entrance, you would have gone to too many tutories and too many masters and too many duplication of studies. But here, you will be given an opportunity to develop your own taste so that you will have a lifelong learning. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for the opportunity. So Arivalan and Professor Vigneswaran and all other people in the top Varadan and other most of all of them are my students anyway in the faculty. So I'm happy that they had the discipline and the commitment and the passion to serve the people who have come to us to gain knowledge. Thank you very much.